in numbers. Stevens been damaging in this quarter. One goal and one set-up that should have produced a goal. Here's Favola with 2 against him. Cloak lying on the ground for Carlton. Gave Hawthorn the numbers. Moss clears. Williams down in the back half. They're almost all in the back half for the Hawks, who hold up against the Carlton challenge.
And Stevens falling for the 3-card trick. That's exactly what Hawthorn wanted him to do. Bomb it long where they had the numbers. And lack of patience there from Nick Stevens. Need to maintain possession in that situation as Tuck kicks across the ground. Dowler, Mitchell. Lost the footy, but found it again. Out wide to Murphy, who's got plenty of time to make the right decision here. Murphy kicks wide, not quite sure who to. Maybe Rioli. Simpson, his opponent. Simpson did well, pushed him off the ball, then found it again. He's got supporting Cloak. Carlton can rebuild again. Wasn't a great kick from Cloak. Gave Murphy a good look at it. And from frustration from Nick Stevens, a boundary throw-in on the southern wing.
Well, Cameron Cloak has to step up, being given a run in the ruck. Halpin's gone forward. Cruiser having a spell.
Half the quarter gone. Only one mark taken inside the 50 at either end of the ground.
It's interesting, Tim, you say the 50s. Carlton's had 9 inside 50s this quarter. The Hawks have just had the 2. But Carlton really struggling to score when they get it in there.
1 goal apiece for the term. The longer Hawthorn hold up, you would think the more likely the game is to fall their way ultimately. Houlihan going for Stevens, and again he's dangerous. And Judd's there with him. 70 out, so he goes for the Fev on the lead. They can have another go from the set shot. Let's have a look at the grip.
Now, the last 2 marks he's taken on the lead, and that's what he's got to do, because he'll be able to outrun Campbell, no doubt about that. You've got Stevens, you've got Judd kicking it to you. You can't have it gift-wrapped any better than that. Let's see him convert, Chriso.
Look at the Hawthorn players around Favola. What a superb kick from Chris Judd.
The left hand on top of the footy is most unorthodox.
That's a better result. That's the orthodox 6 points. It puts Carlton within 3.
So Favola has his second. And look at the recovery from Nick Stevens, who's been great. And just mention this kick. He had to chip it up to get over Hawthorn player immediately in front of him. You can see in the background 3 Hawthorn players. The skill of Chris Judd there. And Brendan pretty happy with that result. 2 goals 2 for Brendan Favola.
Inside 50s, domination by Carlton in this second quarter. And the clearances are Carlton's way too, 6-4. They just have to make sure that they get it on the board with this dominance in the midfield.
2-2 to 1-1 Carlton's way. Beautiful play out of the centre. Murphy to Russell. Now Gibbs combining. Kick inside, attacking 50 at the back. Carazzo, but his opponent Hodge read it brilliantly and was marked in defence. Wide kick gets to Williams. Wide cross. On defensive 50. Kick to Moss. Gibbs. Great fist, first to recover, and the benefit of getting numbers across to the contest. Bentley went across to assist Gibbs, and they find the footy. Kick towards Carazzo, no free kick. Well done, Joseph. Bentley kept running from 50. Kicks it very high to the goal square. A wrestle, going back. Well done, Morton. Favola and Wiggins are in the contest, well, sort of in the contest for the Blues. They're outgunned, outnumbered. Are behind to Carlton, the margin back to 2 points.
Well, we've gone 17 minutes in this second quarter. Jared Ruffhead hasn't touched the footy. Kicked 4 goals in the first quarter. There's one reason why he hasn't touched it. It hasn't been down there.
Well, it's not unlike the grand final, is it? You've got Hawthorn's opponent pressing, having ample opportunity to gain a significant lead in the game, but Hawthorn good enough to hold them up for an extended period.
Bateman and Nick Stevens opposed to each other. This will be a good contest. I really, really rate Bateman.
Stevens a big winner in this quarter for the Blues, and there he is again. And so skilled once he gets his hands on it. From out of a little pocket, he's able to gain 50 metres for Carlton. And again, they're working towards their 50.
Pretty smart kick by Stevens in the end. kick for touch to the boundary line, gain the 50 metres.
Without making it obvious?
Without making it obvious. They've been good around the stoppages, Carlton.
Now, is that in the back? Tackler falling onto the back of the player with the ball, but not so awarded by umpire Margetts. Travis Tuck, the man under it all, ruefully picking himself up. Cloak hasn't had a good day so far. Got clean contact there. Moss the paddle. Mitchell at the end of it.
That's a super tackle by Cruiser, the big fella, because a lot of ruckmen are cumbersome and would give away a free kick in that situation. He's a smart player.
So Carlton close to goal again. Cruiser got a hand onto that. Favola. Betts was lurking, still lurking, but the bounce wasn't kind to him. Morton giving it off. Murphy clearing. And Whitecross receiving for Hawthorn.
Running hard is Bateman. Can't see Nick Stevens in the frame this time. One bounce. Now calling for Williams to come to him, and he does. Hits him on the chest. Right half forward. Sets it up. Roughhead at the back. Fist from Thornton. Thornton found it at ground level. Off to Wait. Little chip kick is very dangerous. Chance for Tuck. Well done, Russell. Oh, pushed him in the middle of the back.
Gee, that's crude.
Just clumsy.
Well, you got to be smarter than that. And Jordan Russell to ground too often.
Feeds it off quickly to Judah Brown. Now to Moss. 60 from goal. Little kick is a beauty. And Osborne back after injuring himself in round one. When the Hawks played the Cats, will kick from 40 metres directly in front. And they've missed his hardness up forward, I reckon, in the last few weeks.
He's been a really good player for them, Michael Osborne, over the last couple of years. Been at Hawthorn for a long while now. Premiership player that just does the tough things week in, week out.
So, coming in for his 6th disposal. Should kick a goal for Hawthorn against the flow of play, and he does. Out by 8 points now, the Hawks. And we see it so often, don't we, where a side dominates proceedings and they can't get the value on the scoreboard. Hawthorn whisk it down, a clumsy free kick against Jordan Russell, and he pays the price. The Hawthorn goal. Good use of the ball by Gary Moss, who starting to believe that he belongs at the top level.
And you can see the frustration on Chris Judd's face. They've worked so hard and they give it up like that.
Queensland's been good to Hawthorn. They've got 3 from the Sunshine State in their team. Renoff and Whitecross, as well as Michael Osborne.
Inside 50s for the quarter. 13-4 in favour of the Blues. So they've only won the quarter by a couple of points.
So Hawthorn by 8 points. Judd dives in and gets the reward for being first to the ball. The umpire changes his advantage call. Chris Judd to receive it. And just goes sideways to Houlihan, who was going to be on the end of the advantage a moment ago. Jamison, Houlihan, share it around. The defender Jamison now. Flat delivery to O'Halpin. Just couldn't quite hang on. High contact there in the tackle. Gary Moss. Moss to take it for the Hawks. Holding firm under a Carlton barrage in every way other than on the scoreboard in this quarter. Guerra returning to the team. Campbell giving it off. Dowler pumping long. Rioli with numbers against him here. His skills are wonderful though. And he cleverly helps it towards Franklin. Difficult bounce for him. He'll fight on. He did well. Dew always dangerous. Within half a kilometre of goal. Sitting it up. Williams might have been tugged. Advantage will be called. It's Roughhead's 5th goal. The Hawks have the biggest lead so far.
Gee, it was good work on the wing by Franklin, wasn't it? Outstanding stuff. He was outnumbered initially 2-1, but fought on and was able to knock it to his teammate. And Jared Roughhead, 5 goals.
Well, Roughhead kicks his 5th goal, but Buddy, clever play, keeps the ball alive to Dew. Now there's a free kick paid to the Hawks here. But advantage as soon as Roughhead's able to soccer it through.
One down by Renoff, taken though by Cruiser. Carlton need a goal. Favola Beautiful kick from Cruiser.
And what they've got to do is just open up that forward line so Fev can lead. That's the third time this quarter.